Hi, welcome back to 17 square meters garden. It's a grey and cold December afternoon and I still have plenty of bulbs to plant. Today I'm mostly planting tulips because tulips are prone to rot. They do not like humid conditions, so they are always best planted after November. And I have some gorgeous, exclusive, unique varieties that I pre-ordered in May. I'm super excited to grow them. So let me show you what we are planting today and where. I have plenty of galvanized containers, which I absolutely love, and I love planting bulbs in them. It's gonna be the second year that I create a composition in here. Last year I had mostly daffodils, but before I plant anything, obviously I have to fill the containers with soil and remove the sad looking coleus and transplant this begonia to a pot that I can take inside. Okay, so just a quick look at what I have in here. I have some more common tulip varieties like these. I mean, I have never grown them on my balcony before, but I'm really excited to give it a try because they are quite short, so they will be perfect for window sills or for small pots. So these are short. I have some tulips that I ordered for someone else, so I still have them here, but they are not gonna go on my balcony. Like, for example, this gorgeous tulip, Flaming Parrot. I think it's absolutely beautiful, but it's just not the colors that I would plant on my balcony because my balcony is in the shade, so this kind of bright red colors tend to disappear in the shade, so I try to go for more pale and pastel colors. So I have Tulip Chinatown. I have 2 bags. They are absolutely stunning. They have variegated leaves. The leaves are green with white margins, and the flower also has some green stripes, let's say, on the petals. Okay, so as I mentioned, I pre-ordered in May some new varieties. I don't think they were available on the market before, at least that's what I read. They are new this year, and look at them. I mean, they are stunning. The colors are stunning. Have never seen anything like it before, and the tulips are so large they almost look like peonies. And another new variety that I have is Tulip Vovos. I have 2 bags because they only come in a bag of 5. And that's Tulip Vovos, also a really large tulip flower with ruffled petals, and the rest is let's say more common, but nevertheless they are still beautiful. Tulip White Triumphator with pointed petals, really pretty, and similar to this is this red one, but this red one again, it's not gonna go on my balcony. What else do we have here? Some gift, Tulip Turkestanica. It's more, I think, of a wild tulip kind of look. And some Apricot Parrot, also not gonna go on my balcony, but it's a pretty tulip as well. Okay, so let's get them planted. Okay, so the pots are clean, and that's my layout. I'm not gonna remove the old soil. I'm gonna keep it. It's gonna be just fine for bulbs, and in spring in all cases I will have to fertilize my bulbs. And I just noticed, because I removed one plant from here, I remembered that I kept daffodils from last year. So as you can see, they are perfectly fine. They are just sprouting. It's daffodil sunny side up, beautiful yellow double bloom variety. So I'm just gonna add a fresh layer of soil on top of them, and for the rest I'm gonna use a multi-purpose potting mix, my favorite, Lightmix by Plagron. For daffodils I usually use soil-based potting mix, but for tulips I'm gonna use multi-purpose because it's lighter, it drains better, it has perlite in it, and it doesn't hold on to as much moisture as soil-based potting mix. And just to mention, there are drainage holes at the bottom of each of these containers. People often ask me if I could share how I'm planning my balcony garden for different seasons, and as much as I would love to share that with you, I am not really planning anything. I like to be spontaneous and just plant whatever I like at the moment, and my ideas and my plans change so much that I couldn't possibly stick to one plan. So for example, with bulbs, I'm thinking about colors that I would like to see in the spring, and for this year I really wanted something soft and something calm, let's say. So I went with creamy yellows and whites and pastel pinks and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about colors, and then how I'm gonna plant them. I I decide in the last moment. Like for example, right now I'm gonna lay the bulbs on top of containers and see what works and how it looks, more or less. I try to visualize this when the bulbs would be in flower, how they would look. So I'm just gonna lay them on top of containers, move them around a bit and check what works. Okay, so here is what I'm thinking. In this largest galvanized tub, I'm gonna plant these beautiful daffodils. They are called Bridal Crown. Here I have Chinatown tulips, and I also have them here. And here there are Vovos tulips, and they are also here. So I do want to repeat a little because I don't want each pot to be different, because I think that would look a little bit chaotic. So I'm trying to repeat a few things. So in these small shallow containers I'm gonna plant these short tulips. Here is Tulip Lilac Wonder, and this one is called Tulip Tarda. So that's what I'm gonna plant right now. And also I decided to remove the sunny side up daffodils from here, and I'm gonna transplant them somewhere else. So this is how it works. I just tipped the container and gently knocked on the container to remove the entire root ball. So that's how they look. And I'm gonna immediately plant them in some other pot, cover them with soil, and it's gonna be all fine in spring. Okay, all the bulbs are planted. Look how funny this is. Some tulips are just so large and some are super small. So these I planted quite thick, and these are spaced quite far apart, because even though the bulb is very small, the blooms of Tulip Vovos are really large. So I do not want this container to be completely, you know, like full of leaves and full of blooms. I want to give them space so that we can see them better and admire them and their beauty. Okay, all planted. Just need to cover this with soil. Okay guys, it got super dark already. I feel like I can do nothing on the balcony recently because it just gets so dark so early, and I have only short amount of time left to work on my garden. But I'm happy that I planted the galvanized containers, that the project is finished. That of course means I still have some bulbs left, but the majority of bulbs are planted now, so that's nice. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm gonna stay here for a moment enjoying my Christmas lights. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you a good day and see you again soon in the next video. Bye!